Today we are going onward. Yesterday, you can finish yesterday's stuff later if you have any left, but too many of you are finished, so we're going to move on. What I want you to do first is to get into code.org, go to lesson 9, bubble 1. And once you're there, if you would tilt your screen, I would be thrilled. Lesson 9, bubble 1, tilt your screen to let me know you're ready to go. And then I'm going to have you look up at the board for a little bit. We're going to just have a little discussion, and then we'll go on and you can do your thing. So we're on lesson 9. Tilt your screen. Lesson 9, bubble 1. We're going to start talking about something really cool when you think about doing coding. You're actually now going to link all your web pages together. You have several, right? What do you have for web pages? Do you remember the one about yourself? What else do you have?
Candy.
One about candy you do. What else do you? Do you have another one or just two?
I also had
Did you do one about school?
yes, I did.
Yeah, there you go. So some of you might have 2 pages. Some of you might have 3. I think the third one was optional if you were finished and wanted to do it. Today what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that if you are on the candy page, you can get back home by just simply clicking on a word. What is a highlighted word that you can click on that gets you back to someplace or gets you to another page? What's that called? Anybody know? Mr. James?
Hyperlink.
A hyperlink. How many people knew that? Everybody knows that. Awesome. Yay. So today what you're going to do is you're going to learn the code to create a hyperlink. I don't know about you, but the first time that we did this, I just went, oh my gosh, I feel so special. Because I'm not just making stuff appear on the page. Now I'm making commands so that you can go back and forth from one to the other. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So on bubble 1, on your computer screen, we'll look at it in a minute. All it's talking to you about is adding a hyperlink. The tag for creating a hyperlink is an A. How could we keep that in our head? How could an A be associated with someplace different?
Like hyperlink.
A hyperlink?
Or like an alternate page.
Alternate page? Another, definitely. So whichever one of those helps keep it in your mind, trying to come up with some sort of way to remember that A is hyperlink. So A is taking you to another place, if you want to use Thomas's word, because that's what it makes me think of as another. So that's what we're going to remember today. So it's also, here's where we go on this one today. We're a little wacko because remember how in normal tags we have the open P and the closed P for paragraph, and we have the open H1, we added something for that, and the closing H1 for heading, and that went all the way to 6. And then we have all those other ones. Remember the image one, how it had all the different parts to it? This one is similar, but not the same. So when we start this one, you're going to go, oh, it's similar, but not quite the same. Okay? So keep that in mind. It's going to have a longer piece of code. But instead of having this at the beginning and then a whole string of stuff and this at the end, it's going to have this at the beginning, then it's going to have another one of these in the middle, then it's going to close it at the end. Okay? So you're going to have 3 of these in yours. Deal? Okay. That's my one big difference. So what I want you to do, go ahead, open your computers up. You can look at bubble 1. It's talking about hyperlink. You can see right there in the yellow the code that they're giving you. All right. Now flip on to the next one. Go on to bubble 2. What it wants you to do on this page, you can look at your screen if you just wait until we all get going on it together. I'd appreciate it. What we're going to do first, you probably need some directions. Open your directions for a few minutes. What it's asking you to do on this page is we're going to try and learn what that code looks like. It's asking you to use your inspector tool and the sample they have on that page to look at the code that it takes to create a hyperlink. So go ahead and turn your inspector on. And then you can collapse your instructions if you're ready. And go over here and hover over one of the hyperlinks. I'm hovering over Scotcheroo's recipe. Who can read me all the terms? Did you turn your inspector on? Hover over one of them. The Scotcheroos. If you hover over Scotcheroos, somebody read me that entire line of code that's highlighted. Can you read it?
Open A space href equals quote recipe dot html quote then close Scotcheroos space recipe and close A.
So that's actually a close at the end. That's just another little greater than, less than symbol there in the middle. See that? So we're opening it, and then we're closing it, but in the middle we're throwing in another one of those things. Deal? Yep. Okay. So, if you look at that, A, we're going to say is another, or a hyperlink. What do you think href is? Use your head. What would href stand for? What did we say ref stood for in the other page? Yes, reference. Hyperlink reference. Think about that. So this is going to be, we're going to add another page. href, we can think of it as a hyperlink reference. So we are trying to find the actual file that we are going to make into a hyperlink. Everybody clear? So we want our hyperlink to go immediately to this file when we click it. So in this case, it's going to the recipe file. And what do you suppose this Scotcheroos recipe thing is then?
What it pops up as the screen.
Actually, what it's labeled on your page, definitely. So if you'll look at it, Scotcheroos recipe, look down at the second line of code they have there for a hyperlink. What's that one going to be called? What do we click on the page? What's it called? How to juggle, definitely. And how about the third one? Fun facts about candy. Great. So what you're going to actually do is you are, at this moment, going to try and replicate that. And I'm going to have you watch me first, and then you can do it. You are going to try and replicate that by going on to the recipe page. And on the recipe page, you will notice there's no hyperlinks now. There's no hyperlinks. I want you to watch me before you put it in. So are you watching me? I don't see your eyeballs. So are you seeing what I'm seeing? If I am putting this in, and I want to go to the recipe page, here's my recipe page. Scotcheroos is at the top. If I want to add a hyperlink to get me back home, which would be the index page, that's what I want to do at the top. So the first thing I'm going to do is find out, where in the world am I typing this? Well, in my opinion, I think I like it up here above Scotcheroos. Do you think that's okay? Or you could even go at the end of the page, but it's easier to find just for today at the top of the page. You'll eventually figure out you can do it wherever you'd like. So because Scotcheroos is at the top of the page, I'm going to find some room in my workspace above Scotcheroos. Okay? Help me remember the code. What am I typing? A. H. Ooh, you guys have great brains. Oh, equals. Quotes. Index. Because why did we choose index? That's our home page. What comes after that? Well, the other symbol, right?
Yeah.
Then what?
Then label it like homepage or something.
Home. I'm just gonna call it home. Is that okay with you? And then,
Little A.
do I need that home in quotes?
Yes.
No, you don't. No, I don't. Very good, very good. And then I am going to close up my A. Now let's see. Does it work? Oh, do you see it appear? What happens if I click on it? Ah! Now I'm going to go back to that recipe. I can connect all these pages together. I could go to my candy page and I could do the same thing. I could go back to home on that one too. So all I would have to do to go back on that one, candy page, back to home is there. We could go to, that one's already done for you on there. So we could go to any of these sites, like the candy page, we could then connect it to the recipe page. How could I connect this candy page to the recipe page? Preston.
Do what you did in the recipe page.
Okay.
Open A.
Okay. And if I were you, I'd look. Since it's already giving you that one, look at you could kind of do a little, it's written right there in front of you, so you can just look at it and go. So we're going to do the open A, and then the href equals, and we're going to put some quotes out, and what do we want to link it to? Index. How about this one? Why would I want to link it to the candy page? Or do I want to? Do I want to link it to itself? Why would you ever want to link a page to itself? Huh?
Probably break the whole code.
Pardon?
Probably break the whole code.
It wouldn't.
For kind of a refresh button and it doesn't work.
Kind of like a refresh button too. The home page on every screen, I like having the home page on every screen, even on the home page, so I know where I'm going. I'm not sure I really need